Welcome back to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo, episode number 69. The conversation I want to get into today is Devin Haney truly the most avoided fighter in the history of the sport of boxing? I'm going to try to break it down in this video, so stay tuned. If you like the video, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Brandon Krause, who is the most avoided fighter in boxing today? Is it Rigondeaux? Is it Earl Spence Jr.? Is it Triple G? Is it Kovalev?
You gotta remember the factors of what makes a guy quote unquote avoided. Out here in the very first round. And down goes Milton. 88. Was Mike Tyson the scariest heavyweight you'd ever seen?
More realistically about Tyson.
That's what I wanted. I didn't really come back to fight Jerry Cooney or anyone in particular. I came back to fight for the heavyweight championship.
Champions, you've been around Floyd for 18 years. Tell us about him. How far?
Devin could be the next best thing. So when they say
You're
they're
that
looking
good.
for the next Floyd Mayweather,
And he's only 16.
16 years
What
old.
is it? Your IQ, your speed, your power, your everything?
Everything. But why? Is it fear of losing, or is it monetarily? Is it I'm taking a big risk and you're not giving me a big reward? So that's
So I'm going to break this video down in two different sections. In round one, I'm going to try to break down, is Devin Haney truly the most avoided fighter in the history of the sport of boxing? And also in the second round, I'm going to break down some other fighters that's actually dangerous or was dangerous, and they are actually receiving fights or have received big fights to continue to make their name and mark on the sport of boxing. So let's get into round one. So, is Devin Haney truly the most avoided fighter in the sport of boxing? That's a hard question to ask. Is marketability? Is he marketable? Is he taking the right steps when it comes to maybe some social media accounts, and that's a part of marketing as well? Do we have fear based on the way he fights? He's not the most powerful guy in the world. He does not have that many knockouts versus wins, but also if other fighters, lower end fighters, fight him, or even fighters with bigger names, do they gain anything by fighting Devin Haney if they took a loss to Devin Haney? All those questions are very hard to answer, and sometimes I figure, is Devin Haney really going to reach his full potential as far as becoming a superstar? Does he have to kind of go out and do something crazy as far as take a very dangerous fight, something that's unorthodox? It is some boxers out there that's willing to take a fight with Devin Haney. So I don't know every rule as far as belt wise and all that other stuff, but I did suggest in one video the way Devin Haney could probably fix his issues. The Jojo Diaz fight was a really good fight for me. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how you guys view it. I don't think that Jojo Diaz gained anything off that fight. I don't think he became a bigger star. But can Devin Haney take a dangerous fight and move up to 140? I don't know if he would have to drop his belts or campaign in two different weight divisions. If he was to move up to 140 and take a fight with Regis Prograis, I'm sure Regis Prograis would jump to attention and take that fight, because it could be known as a very big fight. I don't know about a super fight, but it could be known as a big fight. Also with Gary Antoine Russell, could he move up to 140? That way he could put himself in a dangerous fight. He could change the perception of what he's going through right now as far as not landing big fights, getting booed by the crowd, and maybe he could turn it all the way around. I don't know. Or should he take a Floyd Mayweather approach and actually embrace the boos, embrace the hate? Because a lot of people, if you're really good, they're gonna come see you lose. They will still continue to pay for tickets just like they did Floyd for 50 fights that they paid to see Floyd Mayweather lose, and he never lost, and he embraced it. So, could Devin Haney do the same thing? I don't know. I don't think he has that same mentality like Floyd. It's like naturally flamboyant. Floyd Mayweather is arguably one of the smartest guys to ever grace the sport of the sport of boxing, based on the money he made, what he did, how he campaigned, and how he self-promoted himself. Should Devin Haney take that route? I don't know. I don't know if that'll look good for him. I don't think that a person should change themselves and be like somebody else, because it's not true. It's not true to who you are. With the Kambosos fight, is a lot of things going with that. Is Devin Haney too nice of a guy? Should Devin Haney come out and just constantly keep his foot on other guys' necks until he actually got some of those fights, until he actually broke through? Is he being managed the wrong way? I don't know. I think that Eddie Hearn is doing a pretty decent job with him. I don't think, just from what I'm seeing, just on interviews and stuff like that, hearing Eddie Hearn talk, I don't necessarily think it's just Eddie Hearn. Could he be on the wrong network? Maybe. I think maybe that could be a big, even though Devin Haney is a free agent, quote unquote, I think that he should be able to pull off any type of fight that he can get his hands on. But I think in Devin Haney's case, him being young, he has his own promotional company. He can self-promote himself, take a really dangerous fight. Floyd Mayweather, he had to do the same thing with Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was a very dangerous fight. Just imagine if Floyd Mayweather would have lost that fight, we would have never had the same Floyd Mayweather. So should Devin Haney take the same route? Maybe. Let's get into round 2. So let's get into round 2. So round 2 is going to be about why are the most dangerous fighters. They receive the biggest paydays. They receive the best fights, and more guys want to fight the most dangerous guys rather than fight guys like Devin Haney. So let's break it down. This may be the reason why Devin Haney is not receiving the type of credit he deserves. So you got Gervonta Tank Davis. We all know he fought Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz became an instant star. Rolly Romero, he may do the same exact thing. Anybody that faced Mike Tyson became a big star. Anybody that faced Floyd Mayweather became a big star. But they were some of the most dangerous guys. Nigel Benn, Darryl McClellan. A lot of those old school guys was very, very dangerous fighters, but people still wanted to fight them for some reason. People still want to take the most dangerous guy and still fight him. So somebody like Devin Haney, nobody wants to fight him because the reward is not there. The risk is high and the reward is not there. I took a long time to get this video going because I wanted to do my research and really find out what could be the issue with Devin Haney not getting the type of respect that he deserves. It's not about I don't think it's really about his style of boxing, but I think that the risk and reward does not equal out to a lot of other fighters for him. So if you fight somebody like Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm taking him because he's the most recent guy. That's one of the most dangerous guys in all weight divisions. I think in any weight division, I don't care if it's heavyweight, lightweight, I don't care which one it is, but the reward is greater if you fight somebody like Gervonta Tank Davis. So should Devin Haney step up like that and take a dangerous fight? That could be key. But I think Gervonta Tank Davis is being marketed well, even though he's not fighting the biggest and the baddest names in the division. I think eventually those fights will start coming to fruition. I think once they do, he would probably be up there with Canelo Alvarez maybe a couple of years from now. You got Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford could be going through the same thing, but I'm just going to stay on Devin Haney. But sometimes you have to understand how to market someone, how to put them in them dangerous fights. When a lot of people forget Floyd Mayweather didn't become the true Floyd Mayweather that we all know and love. He didn't become that type of Mayweather until he took on the approach of the bad guy and actually took a very, very dangerous fight with Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was the man to beat, even though I think he already had a couple losses, but he was still dangerous. And Floyd Mayweather understood the game even way back then. He understood what it took because he was in the same situation as Devin Haney. Believe it or not, go do your research. He was in the same. He was with Top Rank. He could not get a big fight to save his life. A lot of guys he was calling out. He called out Shane Mosley way before they actually took a fight. He called out Manny Pacquiao. He called out so many other Costa Zoo. I think he called him out. So many other fighters that he called out, but he could not land some of those fights. And the reason why is because he figured out a way to get those fights and get people to respect him. He got the crowd to hate him, but then they still loved him at the same time because they knew how great he was. But you have to have a marquee fight to have. It's just like a business. If your business is okay, and somebody want to invest into it, you got to explain the reason why they want to invest into your business. So Devin Haney, even though he's got a great base for a business, but he does not have what it takes to sustain business. So he have to work. I think he has to take a very dangerous fight some kind of way. There's a lot of guys out there that do want to fight Devin Haney, but he's going to have to risk everything, even if it is to drop the belt, the WBC championship belt, and go up and fight somebody like Gary Antoine Russell. Maybe he can keep his belt and move back down. But like I say, a lot of guys that's the most dangerous fighters, they're going to always get the best fights, and they're going to always have the respect of the crowd. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. That's going to conclude another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo, episode number 69. You guys let me know what you think about this topic down in the comments below. If you want to see what I'm wearing, shopsati.com. Follow me on all social media platforms that I'm currently on. Links will be down in the descriptions below. If you like this video, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on upcoming videos on my channel. With all that out of the way, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo.